The Princess and the Tiny Pea. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a prince who wanted to marry a true princess. He had traveled all over the world, but he could never be sure if the princesses he met were true princesses. Some were very beautiful, some were very kind, and others were very smart, but none of them seemed quite right. The prince was very sad because he longed to find a real princess to be his bride. His parents, the king and queen, were also worried. They wanted their son to be happy and to marry someone who was truly special. One rainy night, there was a knock at the palace door. The king himself went to open it. There stood a young woman, drenched from head to toe. Her clothes were soaked, her hair was dripping, and she looked very tired. Despite her appearance, she had a gentle and noble air about her. "Hello," she said softly. "I am a princess, and I have been caught in this terrible storm. Could I please have shelter for the night?" The king, being kind and generous, invited her in. The queen, however, was curious. She wanted to find out if this girl was a true princess. She thought of a clever plan. "Of course, my dear," said the queen. "You must be exhausted. We will prepare a room for you right away." The queen led the young woman to a beautiful room where she could sleep. In that room, the queen placed a tiny pea on the bed. Then she ordered 20 mattresses to be piled on top of the pea, followed by 20 more soft blankets. The bed was so high that the princess needed a ladder to climb up to it. "Good night, dear," said the queen with a smile. "I hope you sleep well." The princess thanked her and tried to get comfortable, but as soon as she lay down, she felt something hard under her back. She tossed and turned all night long, unable to find a comfortable position. She tried lying on her left side, then on her right side, but nothing helped. The bed felt lumpy and uncomfortable, and she couldn't sleep a wink. By morning, the princess was very tired, and there were dark circles under her eyes. She slowly climbed down the ladder and went to the dining hall for breakfast. The king, queen, and prince were already there, waiting for her. "Good morning, my dear," said the queen. "How did you sleep?" "Oh, it was terrible," the princess replied. "There was something hard in the bed, and now I am black and blue all over. It was dreadful." The queen smiled brightly. "Only a true princess could feel a tiny pea through 20 mattresses and 20 blankets," she exclaimed. "You, my dear, are a true princess." The prince was overjoyed. He had finally found a real princess. He asked her to marry him, and she happily agreed. The entire kingdom celebrated their wedding with music, dancing, and delicious food. The prince and the true princess lived happily ever after, and the tiny pea was placed in a museum for everyone to see. It was kept as a reminder of the day a true princess was found. The wedding was the grandest the kingdom had ever seen. The streets were lined with flowers, and people from far and wide came to celebrate. The prince and princess rode through the streets in a golden carriage, waving to all the happy villagers. After the wedding, the prince and the princess settled into life at the palace. They were loved by all for their kindness and fairness. The princess, with her gentle and noble spirit, became a wonderful queen. She and the prince ruled the kingdom with wisdom and grace. The story of the princess and the pea was told and retold throughout the land. Children loved hearing how a tiny pea proved the true nature of a princess. It became a favorite bedtime story, teaching generations about the importance of being true to oneself. Years later, the prince and princess had children of their own. They told their children the story of how they met and the tiny pea that brought them together. The children listened with wide eyes, imagining the towering bed and the tiny pea that caused so much trouble. And so the story of the princess and the pea was passed down from generation to generation. It became a cherished tale, reminding everyone that true qualities, like being a real princess, can be proven in the most unexpected ways. Moral of the story. The story of the princess and the tiny pea teaches us that true qualities, like being a real princess, can be proven in unexpected ways. From this tale, we learn that being sensitive and genuine can help show your true character. Always be kind and true to yourself, just like the princess, because real qualities shine through no matter what.